IICS Infotech channel. Today I'm going to discuss about one more interview question in IICS, which is web service. In an interview, they will ask like what kind of in web service you have worked, whether it is like REST by using REST connection or SOAP connection, and what they might ask is whether what kind of methods you have used. Like we do have methods in REST connection like uh, get, post, to push. We do have some 6 to 7, 8. These are we have 8 methods we have. So now I'm going to give an example about by using this simple endpoint URL. How can we get the data from this API and to load these data into the Oracle tables? So we do have to follow some of the steps before we are going to implement the web services in IACS. Okay, these are the steps. Step one, first we have to get the endpoint URL from the stream application or from the source stream. Okay, here I'm just giving a sample endpoint URL, which is a public URL. Anyone can use this URL and you can practice on this. So here I'm just taking COVID data related to in India, okay, and zone wise. Zone wise is nothing but it's like region wise. Whether, for example, let's take Karnataka. In this Karnataka, we have so many regions, right? Like Bangalore, Chitradurga, Mysore. So like this, the zones data is available in this website. Okay. So second, we need to test this API using Postman. Okay, we need to validate this API whether this API is working or not. So for that, we have to use this API using Postman. So with this Postman, we can test the API link. Okay, after that, we have to create a Swagger file and download that JSON file. So what does this Swagger file contains means? It contains the connection details like RESTful web service connection details and what is the format which we are going to pull up the data from the web service. Okay, and what kind of links we are using. Like here it is mentioned like URL methods and representation. URL is means this is the URL which we are going to use it. And what kind of method? As I said earlier, we do have so many methods, right? Get, push, post, and so on. Okay, so what kind of method we are going to use? And Swagger file it is a JSON format file. It will be in a JSON format file. When you create this Swagger file, after you downloading it, it will be in a JSON format file. Okay. So basically, it contains the configuration of IICS REST VT connection to integrate with any REST API. Okay, the connection details will be available in this Swagger file. So then we have to add a connection, REST V2 connection, add-on connector. You can use the trial version. So after that, we have to create a REST V2 connection and we need to attach this Swagger file. So this connection will connect what are all the connections mentioned in this Swagger file. Okay, so that it will from IICS by using this connection, IICS will connect to this particular URL link and it will read the data. Okay, and will load the data into the tables using IICS. Okay, for that we have to create a business service component. When you go to in IICS, there are under components we have so many components like hierarchical ISM and fixed width and business service and saved query, right? So we have to use this business survey component. So after that, we have to create a dummy source file. Okay, and after that, we have to create a target table. As I mentioned here below, we have to create a target table in this way. So to load the data from this URL. So then after create a mapping, we have to create a mapping like source and target and just use the web service transformation. Okay, to to connect to this URL. Then we have to run the mapping and verify the data. So these are the basic 10 steps we have to follow. Okay, let's start with from step 1. So this is the API I'm using. So let's just check whether this API is working. What kind of data is there? Let's just check. So this is the URL. So we do have so many records in this. You see how many records we have. It has like 6,616 records are there. Okay. So now here if we say district Nicobars. So this is the district code for that particular district AN underscore Nicobar. And last updated date is 11/15/2020. And from where they have taken, this is the source link. Okay, and the state is Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the state code is vegan, zone is green. So here they have defined like based on the severity, they have defined these zone codes. So green in the sense the COVID patients are very less in this particular region. Okay, wherever it is red, there are high number of peoples affected with COVID. So some are orange or red. It's like warning. So these are the three codes they have used: green, red, orange. Okay. So now let's read this. Okay. First we have taken this code link. Then we have to test this link, right? So let's just copy this. Go to Postman. Postman is one of tool to test this endpoint URLs. Okay. So it is also a free tool. You can just go to this postman.com. There you can download the Windows version, and after that you have to log in, create an account, and just log in, and then you will get here the collections will there. Just create a new one. You will get one pop-up. Okay, and just give a name to that collection and just even test API. So under this I can import many end URLs, endpoint URLs. Okay. So here I have taken this. This is the link, right, which we have. So I'm just entered here. So as I said earlier, we do have a methods, right, to perform some operations on this link. So these are the methods we have. Methods we have: get, post, put, patch, delete, head, and options. Okay. So I'm just so the scenario here is how to read the data. So for that I need to use get method. Select the method and just here click on this, right? So now it is fetch the data. If you see here 200, okay, green color is there, which means the link is working. So this is the status of the URL. For this URL we'll get like this 200, okay. So if we get like this, then this particular URL is working fine. Okay, this is how we can test. If you want, you can see here under pretty how many headers are there. Okay, and authorizations are there, header, body, form, data, scripts. So these are all not required for learners. Okay, so the only thing is you have to check whether this link is working or not. So if you get 200, okay, then the link is successfully fetching the data. So next step is create a Swagger file and download JSON file. So go to IICS, okay, create a Swagger file. Where we can create it? In the administration portal. Here we have to create JSON file, Swagger file. So as I said earlier, what does the Swagger file contains? All the connection details. So if you scroll down and the top, you can see this Swagger file. Just click on this. I have already created some of them, so I'll just try to create again. So just give a name to this Swagger file. So here we are dealing with COVID-19 data, right? So I'll just give like COVID-19 data. Okay, and select the runtime environment. So here you have to give the URL. See here, this is the URL. Okay, under this URL we have the this JSON file, right? So and when here they are asking is URL in the sense till here only we have to give. Just copy that and paste here. And then where this is get, by default it will be get. If you want based on method, here you can select it. Here I have I'm just trying to get the details, right? So I'm just using the get. Authentication type is none, and API base path API path. Here you have to give that jones.json. The rest jones.json. This is the file, right? So that's what we have to give. And we sort delete it. We don't need this username password. In real time, yeah, they will admin team will provide all these details like username, password, token. If they have any consumer keys, the consumer keys. What else we need to here operation ID is there. You can give the same. Okay, that's it. Just save it. So this Swagger file we have to use in the REST v2 connection. Okay. So now the Swagger file has been saved it. Now just close it. Which one we have used? COVID-19 India, right? This is the Swagger file we have created. Just download this one. So it is downloaded. Where it is? It is in the downloads file. So this is the one I have created. So I'm just moving this file to my source files. Okay, so we have to create source connection file, flat file connection we have to create it. So wherever we have created this source file flat file connection, there we have to paste that JSON file. Okay, so now what we have to do, so creation of Swagger file is done. Then add REST v2 connection from add and connected. This I have already added. So then next we have to create connection and attach Swagger file. Okay, let's go to, you see here connections. I have already created a REST v2 connection. Okay, I don't have to add it again. So directly I'm going to create one REST v2 connection and attach that Swagger file. So go here, create new connection. So give a connection name. Yes, we do. So I have already defined some of the connection. Yes, to I will just do like this. Okay, this is the type is REST v2, right? So we have one when you will see this connection is once you go to this add-on connection, just type REST v2, you will get it. Okay, just click on start trial. After that only you will be able to see the type here, connection type. Okay, select the runtime environment. Authentication, just give standard. Okay, just remove this. So here Swagger file path is there, right? So this we have to give the path. So my Swagger file is here, so I have to give this path. So I have given this and file name. This is all you have to give. Okay, In advanced settings, we don't have to do anything. Okay, this. So that's it. Now test it. So you can see the test for this connection was successful. Save it. So we have created REST v2 India. So this is the connection we are going to use in the mapping. Okay. So that you can see here. This is the connection. Okay. Now what we have to do? Create a business service component. Okay. So go to data integration. Then click on the new. You will get all the list like task mapping, maplet, components and task force. Okay, in that you have click on that. So click on new components. This is a business service component create. So give a name, web service underscore COVID-19 India zone. This is the name I'm going to give. Okay, connection is this is one, right? This is the one we have created. So rest v2 India selected. Select, click on this operation. Select. So here the JSON file should come. So this is the one, right? JSON name. This is the one we have given Swagger file name. So select this one. By default, it will come because when you select this connection, so whatever the Swagger file you have created under this connection, the same file you will get it here. Okay, click on OK. That's it. Okay. You don't have to configure anything here. That's it. Save it. So once it is saved, what we have to do, the next step is, so we have created business service component, create source file with port number. So we have to create a dummy source, right? So go here, the same for where the JSON file is available. So create a text file like this, port, and then give the subpath. That's it. So we are going to use a sample file in the mapping. So this is also done. Then create target tables to load the data. So this is the target table we have to create in the architect. So in the target, I have a schema called target. Here I have created COVID zone. So these are all the column names. How you can identify the column names? So if you go to this link here, you can see these are the columns. Okay. So district code, last updated source, state code. Okay. These are all comes under zones only. Okay. So that's how you can identify the column names and we have to create a table. So see the data, there is no data in that. So now we have to load it. So now next is create a mapping with web service transformation. So now let's try to create transformation here. Go to task mappings, create one mapping. So we got source and target. We scroll down, you will get web services. Just drag and drop. So give a name to this mapping, m underscore web services COVID-19 zone. Okay, click on source, go to source, create a connection. I have already created a platform connection for this web services. Okay, so select object, the one which we have created a dummy one, right? So that we have to select web covid zone.txt. Web covid zone. This is the one I'm going to select. Okay, click on OK. If you see the fields here, we have just mentioned on the port, right? That we'll see here. Okay, then go to web services. Here what we have to, before this, just select a target. Okay. Target, go to the connections, select that target table which we have created in this schema, COVID underscore zone. So here it is, COVID underscore zone. So the operation here is insert. Okay, we are not going to update or delete anything. We are fetching the data and we are inserting into this table. So if you want to truncate, you can truncate it. So now the web services. Here incoming fields only 4, right? This is a dummy one. Web services, go to web services. In the first we have created, right? Business services one that we need to select. It is under default. Where is that? This is the one I have created, right? So select that one and go say operations. So see, by default it will give you the Swagger file based on the map business object we have created. So COVID-19 I have selected. Request mapping. So we need to map this source to the target. So next response mapping. Just map all descendants. Click on all, map all descendants. And the output field is, so these are all the outputs, right? We have created based on these columns only. So these are all the output fields we need to map. Okay, what are district code, last update date. Here if you see, we have a date column, right? Last update date. Okay, it is in DDMMYY format. How DD is, this is day. If you scroll down, so you can see here 1905, right? 19 in the sense it is day, not month. So DDMMYY. In this format, we have to convert from source. We are getting this last update date data type as string. So we need to convert it into date column. Then only we can load the date column into the target table. Okay. So how we can convert? If you see here, if you click on this, you can edit the metadata. Okay, but from source we are getting as a string. We are reading as a string. Okay. In IICS, we will read all the data in a string format only. While loading, we will be converting the data types. Okay. So if you change your date also, it will not convert. Okay. So for this, what we have to do? We have to create an expression and convert that. So now we have done all this. So then what we have to do? Just create one expression. Okay. Pass this output comes to expression. We have discussed, right, what are all the output columns under which category we have under zone. Okay, so that only we have to select. If you want, I'll explain here. Output fields fall to group. What we have here: request XML, error code, error message. No, these are all not output fields. If you check in root also, we have some response headers and other cookies. These are all not output fields. So these are all the outputs which contains the data. So I have selected zones only. While I'm dragging to the expression, okay, I'm dragging to this when I link this to the next transformation, so it will ask because it has a three groups. Which output group you want to move the data from one transformation to another. So I'm selecting zones. Only zones data, zones output fields I required it. Okay, go to expression. You can see here the incoming fields. So these are all we are expecting, right? These are all the expected columns. So here last update date info. Here it is a string, right? We need to convert into date column. So I'll just create one output code for this. Go to expression and create output code. You understand last update date. So here we need to convert to date column. Go to configure. This is your column, right? To date of this comma. In which format we require? It is in DD, MM, YY format. Okay, just validate it. So it is valid. Okay. Next. Okay, then just connect to this ports to the target table. So in target, these are all the incoming fields. We have a last update date and output of last update date. We are converted here into date time. So this column we need to pass to the target. So target we have already selected. These are all the target fields and field mapping. Here we need to map this output of last update date to update date. Then rest all small. So district is district code is district code, source, state code, zone. Okay. So we have mapped it. Let's just arrange all, save it. So you can see the mapping is valid. So now let's run. So we have created the mapping and run the mapping and verify the data. Okay. Run the mapping. Go to myself and just monitor this. So it is trying to hit that URL and reading all the data using the business service transformation which we have created. And so now it is reading. Just keep on refreshing here so that we can see the latest status of this job. So it is still loading. Let it run. Yeah, see now the rows process is 735. From source just dummy, we're just passing that one because so here source is URL, right? We cannot directly pass this business service transformation to the target. Before that, we will be having source, right? So in between source and target, we need to design a mapping. So yeah, so for that purpose, I'm just taken a source as a dummy file. Okay, and after source, we have a this is web services. So from here, it will start doing the process. So we have 735 records has been loaded. Now let's try to check the data. Yeah, you can see here we have loaded all the data. Okay, district code, last update data, and the source, state, Andaman and Nicobar, state code, zone. So this is how we can load the data from APIs to target tables, Oracle target table or Snowflake data warehouse tables. Okay. If you have any doubts, just place your comments in the comment section. And if you are looking out for any Informatica training or IICS trainings, just give a you can comment in the comment section so that we can discuss. Please do subscribe to my channel and do like, share this video if you like it to your friends or colleagues. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.